I am fucking pissed. I am literally fucking pissed right now. Um, you know, I defended this kid when his followers went after him. You know, I defended Dean Withers in a video that I made a couple days ago because, I thought maybe this kid could come around because of what happened to Charlie Kirk. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, because Charlie Kirk and Dean Withers, they debated last year, and it was a really interesting debate they had, and it was on YouTube. It was pretty cool. It was pretty good. The oldest millennial came out, and it seems that Dean Withers was laughing about the whole fucking time. Because it seems that people have access to Dean Withers' Discord page and the I'm livid. I am fucking livid, dude. Like fucking pissed, man. I defended this kid from a few of his followers that attacked him, and I never met the kid, never even talked to the kid, but I defended him. Because what happened to Charlie Kirk, like, dude, here's a guy who's behind a wife and 2 kids that they'll never see again. And then you got Destiny saying, "Oh, Charlie Kirk will be forgotten within a couple weeks." Dude, Destiny, you fucking idiot! The whole world is celebrating the legacy of Charlie Kirk. You stupid motherfucker, man. Charlie, you won't look. Destiny, you will never reach the peak, the level of Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk raised the bar for assholes like you that couldn't even reach it. You motherfuckers, And then you got Harry Sisson, couldn't take a vacation for opening his mouth and inserting his foot up to the kneecap once again. When can these dumb motherfuckers realize Charlie Kirk touched a lot of lives around the world, man? More than you'll ever fucking know, man, More than you'll ever fucking know. Yeah. Charlie Kirk was loved by people, man. And what pissed the left off? What pissed off these little bastards off? I mean, look, you got these woke, cancel culture, you got these SJWs, all these sons of bitches, that are celebrating, they're losing their jobs. Good. Because Charlie Kirk has touched a lot of hearts, man, and minds. Only 31. Only 31. Even at 31, he touched. Even he's gone. He's with God now. But even in death, he's still touching a lot of lives with his legacy. All right. So hear about this Dean Withers kid. Not look, you may not like things he said, or the thing is, he makes you think. He makes you think. He does. He makes you think, man. I'm going to say it again. There's much more involved here to what happened to Charlie Kirk. Something does not add up. Never did. You know, the oldest millennial, I follow him on TikTok and shit, man. Even on X. Found out that Dean Withers has a poll still going. Asking a question, did Charlie Kirk deserve to die? And it's still going. So, I defended this kid, you know, because he broke down because Charlie Kirk died, man. And now he was secretly laughing about the passing of Charlie Kirk. You know, there's a point that right now, two things are happening right now. Two things. There are people leaving the left and leaving the Democratic Party. And two, the assholes that celebrated the passing of Charlie Kirk, they're losing their jobs. They're losing their jobs. Good, you know. Good. One of the things that really I came across a debate yesterday, and it was about communism. And this young gal was saying how communism can benefit people. And the guy that runs the PBD podcast said, how you figure that? Karl Marx said things go to the workers. And they should own nothing. Here's the little history lesson of Karl Marx. Karl Marx was a lazy motherfucker. Karl Marx learned about communism, socialism, and fascism, and he put it in this ideological bowl, mixed it around, made it his own. Karl Marx was a lazy motherfucker. Okay, this guy did not go to college. His dad gave him money for college, but he spent it on fucking booze and bitches. Booze and dumb bitches, man. In layman's terms, dumb broads. So, anybody who idolizes Karl Marx, you are the laziest piece of shit ever. You will never prosper in this world. Okay? Karl Marx, his shit will lead you to complete poverty. Communism will lead you to straight up poverty. If you want proof, okay, Venezuela, right? People in Venezuela, they're suffering, right? You hear about Bernie Sanders. He's a socialist. I wasn't him. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's a socialist Democrat, right? She's a socialist, right? Socialism has never worked at all, and it'll never work here ever. Ever. Because when you look at Stalin, Mao, right? Castro, North Korea. Communism has killed more people on this planet within the last, 80 years, 90 years, because communist dictators murder their own people. Fascist dictators, like Mussolini, kill their own people. Socialist dictators like Hitler killed their own people, but also killed the Jews. Now, again, Charlie Kirk has touched a lot of lives, man. Touched a lot of lives. And I'll tell you what, you have no idea what you're talking about, because the media loves to stir the pot of bullshit, man. And anyone who laughed at the death of Charlie Kirk are the same people who are been mentally deprogrammed, reprogrammed, and indoctrinated. Now, Dean Withers You gotta be the stupidest son of a bitch, man. You know, some people defended you, but it looks like you're the biggest fool, man. You are the biggest fucking fool ever, dude. Because look, you hear about him and Harry Sisson. These two couldn't take a vacation from running their mouths. Look, dude, go away. Get a life. We know you two are paid shows, man. Dean, you are the stupidest motherfucker, man. People defended you, dude. When you broke down crying on your podcast, man, about Charlie Kirk passing. But it seems that you didn't care. You needed the views. You needed more followers, man. You sick fuck. You know, I mean, it's just that college is a scam. It is. It's a scam. The biggest fucking scam ever, dude. You know, it is. Over 20 years ago, I went to City College for the first time. City College, spring semester. I went, had a good time, you know, and it was cool, nice, you know, pretty cool. So I'm sitting here, you know. I've been going back and watching a lot of Charlie stuff, man. And a lot of these young people, you swear they got hit in the face with the frying pan with a response, man. And you got these wannabe hardcore, wannabe communist, Marxist, all that shit. These are fake people just wanting for attention, man. But now you hear about this kid, Tyler, whatever his name is, his neighbor. The media was interviewing this neighbor. Holy shit! This is the kind of person that the media would not want to interview, because he basically blew the lid off a little bit about this kid's life. You know, 22 years old. Yeah, he's gay. He's in a relationship with a transgender person. You know, don't start that. You know, but thing is, the neighbor said, I mean, just basically remove the lid, man. Let everything loose. I have a feeling that the media will see this kid and really go after him. Hardcore, man, you know, hardcore. And, I mean, they asked him a question. They interviewed him. His response made them uncomfortable. But there's more out on who's really behind the passing of Charlie Kirk. And it is a political rival, not Nick. Look, there's somebody with the money behind the means, and it's not Nick Fuentes, not him. The kid, Tyler Robinson, I have a feeling he's a patsy. I think he's a patsy. Is he really? Is he the shooter? I don't know. But he is looking at the death penalty. And he's charged. But something is really not right here, you know. Somebody's behind the scenes and probably made a deal with this kid to take the blame. To be a patsy. And who's ever behind this is taking care of everything behind the scenes. But I'm not jumping. I'm not jumping. I'm not jumping. I'm not jumping to conclusions. It's a weird feeling I have. That weird feeling I got, you know. I'm not proving anything. I'm just. But if it is coordinated like that, because you keep hearing Israel, Netanyahu, letters, you know. Am I buying that? I can't say. But it does not feel right. How can a guy who puts himself out there just to talk for a conversation terrifies people just by a simple conversation? How can that be? He's not a threatening kind of guy. He's a guy that's willing to go out there and debate, conversate, talk. That's it. Nothing else. But you got people out there that go to one of these events and threaten because they don't like what he says, what he thinks, how he sees the world. Look, we all see the world differently individually, okay? But you got some that are out there that's been radicalized by Antifa and indoctrinated by the Democrats and the left and the deep state. They think violence is the answer. Let's shut them up. You may attempt or try or have, but the thing is, Charlie Kirk has touched a lot of lives around the world. Disney says, "Oh, Charlie Kirk will be forgotten in a couple weeks." Destiny, asshole. Charlie Kirk will never be forgotten. Charlie Kirk will never, ever be forgotten. Turning Point USA is his legacy. Charlie Kirk has already created his legacy even before starting Turning Point USA. So, don't sit there and say, oh, Charlie Kirk will be forgotten in a couple weeks. No, he won't. He will be remembered forever. His legacy reaches around the world, while Destiny, your legacy is dead. Your legacy died the day you opened your mouth. Dean Withers' legacy died when he opened his mouth. When he got that check for $200,000. His legacy died. It was bought. Harry Sisson's legacy, same thing. It was bought, paid for. You know. I like Charlie Kirk. I do. His legacy will live on. Cenk Uygur, your legacy died when you voted for Bernie. I'm saying, you know. So the thing is, when you reach the level that have other legacies like Gandhi, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, Martin Luther King Jr., RFK, MLK, Charlie Kirk, John Lennon, right? A lot of the people that touched a lot of lives, the way they lived, you know. And again, all these influencers are wannabes. They're wannabes. They're wannabe somebodies. They're nobodies. Destiny, a nobody. Dean Withers, a nobody. Harry Sisson, a nobody. Right? AOC, a nobody. But if you check out the O'Keefe Media Group, people at FEMA were laughing at when Charlie Kirk died. They were all laughing. So the thing is, Charlie Kirk may be gone now, but he's up there laughing at all you motherfuckers, man. He's up there laughing at all you motherfuckers out there just for, I love my job, I love my job. You lost your job because you dialed 1 for stupid, mother. Charlie Kirk is in heaven right now, looking down at all you assholes and laughing. Laughing at you guys. Charlie Kirk is in heaven right now, looking down at all you guys and shaking his head and laughing at all you weak ass leftist bastards, man. You lost your job. Good. You earned. You deserved it, man. You don't need to be political to have a simple dialogue where you could touch people's lives and their hearts the way he did. Charlie Kirk is 17 years younger than me. And I got blown away by the way he sat there and all that knowledge. The guy's very smart, man. The guy's very, very smart and very intelligent guy. The guy knows that there are people that will target him and Turning Point USA because they're not afraid to respond the way they do. Like Candace Owens. She's a mother of three. She's a mother of three. Right? She testified in a committee back in 2016. And she scorched earth. She completely scorched earth Democrats that day. Behind her was her grandfather. And what happened? Ted Lieu, out of California, my state, played only a small tidbit of what Candace Owens said about Hitler. Didn't play the rest of it. Just play a little. See, Democrats, they do this. When they know they have nothing, they pull a dead rabbit out of their ass to do something stupid. And Ted Lieu, fuck you. Now, the thing is, Candace Owens talked about the biggest problem in our country. Fatherless homes. Homes where the dad is not even in the house. In the black community. LBJ and the Democrats made sure that happened. Why? To break down the black nuclear family. To destroy the black nuclear family. Crimes against black people is black people. There's always been black on black crimes. Always has been. If you look at gangs, right? Gangs. There you go, too. There you go. Gangs, man. And it's these things that these assholes on the left can't stand it because it's the truth. It went from 20% to nearly 80%. And why is that? Because the mother is too busy spreading her legs like peanut butter and shit every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Not knowing who the father is because they're too busy spreading it around and shit for dumb guys, you know. It's a joke. My kid's got ADD. Yeah, all different dads. You have, look, the problem is the single mother household, right? Nothing wrong with it, but the thing is, how come the dad's not in the house with the kids? Because you got these fake ass strong black women, fake strong. Real strong black women are women who have daddies in the home with the kids. That's a strong black woman. Because it takes a strong black woman has a strong mind, knows what's important. Just like a white mother, Hispanic mother, Asian mother. They all know what's best for the kids. And what's that? Daddies in the home. Weak black women, weak white women, weak Hispanic women. Hey, over here? No. No. Strong women. They know what's best for their kids. Daddies in the home. My parents, my father's Hispanic, my mom's white. Yeah. My mother's white, my dad's Hispanic. And my dad never left. He took care of me, my mom, and my sister and I until we were old enough to move out and shit. Got married, have kids, you know. I got married, have a son, one son. My sister, she moved out, got 3 kids, and a granddaughter at 42. No, at 41. You know, the most powerful household is mom and dad. Mom and dad. You know. The only time when daddies leave is when they cannot handle being a dad, man. But also, the real reason why they do leave is partially blaming the mom. You know. I know that's a hard thing to chew, but the thing is, sometimes it don't last. Don't work. No matter how much you try to work to get to work, it don't work. So that's where a lot of these young agents of chaos go to therapy. They go to therapy, you know, or they just go to therapy because they have TDS. Hey, viewer, how you doing? But you know, I defended this kid, Dean Withers, man. You know, but I have a feeling the attack against Dean Withers, you know, it was just a damn joke. You know, this guy is a nobody. He's a nobody. To do something like that, you know, I mean, the thing is, Turning Point USA was created for a reason. And that was to reach as many people, not just across the country, but across the world, man. To reach the hearts and the minds of the people that have dealt with a lot of shit, man. And and the thing is, Destiny, you said Charlie Kirk will be forgotten in a couple of weeks. Have you forgotten that Charlie Kirk has been around the world? South Korea, the UK, Canada, not all of the United States, Japan, South. I mean, dude, this guy has been around Europe, and there are chapters of Turning Point coming out. Charlie Kirk will always be remembered, man. His legacy will live on forever. You know. And the thing is, I don't give a rat's ass if you don't like the guy. But you know in private, yourself, in private, the guy has really hit you here. I'm 49 years old. I've been around for a long time. Even before I started my YouTube days, man. And here's a guy just at 31, from 18 to 31, has touched a lot of minds and hearts. And the guy is very educated, very intelligent dude. Lived based on his faith with God. And, you know, the thing is, when you look at the difference between Charlie Kirk and George Floyd, you got one side, George Floyd, you see riots and fire and destruction and chaos, man. Charlie Kirk, know that. Prayers, remembrance. Why? Because Charlie Kirk wasn't no criminal. He wasn't no racist. He wasn't no white supremacist. None of that shit. Do you know who was a criminal? George Floyd. George Floyd. He was a criminal. George Floyd was a criminal who OD'd. While having the knee of a dumbass cop on his neck. I'll say it again. They should have took him to the hospital. But they didn't. Do not release Derek Chauvin. Do not release those other cops. Because they fucked up. I agree. They fucked up. Do not pardon them. Do not release them. I want them to suffer as much as George Floyd did. Even though I don't agree with the aftermath. Derek Chauvin should be locked up for life, no parole. But the only difference is that When George Floyd died, all of a sudden, holy shit, riots, looting, fire, destruction, death. Charlie Kirk, prayers, remembrance, grievance, vigil. There was no riots. There was no looting. None of that shit. You have former Democrats and former leftists finally realizing the Democrats, the deep state, the left were the problem. The media is a problem. Always have been. Always will be the problem. Now I hope that some of you who are voting in 2026 vote out every single dumbass Democrat. Period. I want to see a third party candidate to take their place. I don't care if it's an independent or a libertarian. I don't care. I want to see the squad removed. I want to see Pelosi, Waters, Schumer, Shit, Lou removed. I want them gone. I'm tired of people dying. I fucking hate bullies, man. I do. And all these influencers, who are they really influencing, man? All these leftist, Democrat, socialist, communist, fascist influencers need to fucking go away. Marxism ain't going to work here. Communism ain't going to work here. Socialism ain't going to work here. Neither fascism. Here, to all you wannabe communists out there, let me give you a reason why communism will never work in this country. Check out the history of Ceausescu, the Romanian dictator, Nicolae Ceausescu, and learn what happened to him. Learn what happened to Stalin. Learn what happened to Mao. What happened to them? They died. Learn what happened to Mussolini. He's a fascist. Right? He's a fascist. You had a fascist in Mussolini, socialist in Hitler, and communist and Stalin in World War II. Who survived that war? Capitalism did. It just took until 91 for communism to die. If you don't believe me, watch the documentary on the Romanian dictator, Ceausescu, and how it all ended. You think that communism will work here? It won't. Like in Venezuela, people are suffering. Socialism ain't working. You know, it ain't working. You know. Okay. Ferdinand Marcos, he gave people 14 days to turn their guns, or it's a death penalty. 2 weeks. Why? Do you want to know why that? Do you want to know why that dictators took the guns first? Because they know about us. They know about our Second Amendment. That's why. That's why. Here in the United States, we have the Second Amendment. Any dictator that comes into office, they go after people who own guns. Why? They're afraid of their own people. So, to all these fake-ass wannabe communists, you're going through a phase, okay? You're going through a phase. Overgrown children going through a phase, a temper tantrum, a shit fit, a bitch fit, whiny, crying, because you want to get your way. Well, you did when you assassinated Charlie Kirk, man. So, this assassin allegedly has ties to Antifa. Okay. But here's the thing. If he does have ties to Antifa, and he's the one that pulled the trigger that killed Charlie Kirk, Antifa is fucked. They're fucked. Because you have people across this country that love and respect Charlie Kirk. And what this kid did has put Antifa in the crosshairs of people they pissed off. And yeah. It's really nice out here. It's really nice and cool out here. And it's really, really nice out here. Really cool. Yeah. My name is Reverend Ordo, and this has been the Anonymous Mando'Ade Network. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and always live healthy, happy, and wise. Love you guys. And we'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed. Buddha bless.